Since Fallout 76 first released, I've tried to get into it a number of times. As a massive Fallout fan, I've always wished that I could enjoy Fallout 76, but I've just never really been able to, because to me, it doesn't feel like a Fallout game. After the early reviews of Fallout 76 came out, I actually cancelled my pre-order and bought the game for £5 on eBay a week after it released, which I think tells you a lot about this game's release. I last played Fallout 76 when the Pit released, and I wasn't impressed at all. Enemies were spongy, the game was glitchy, the AI seemed extremely broken, and it was then that I sort of swore off Fallout 76. See, I had this mindset of I've tried it only God knows how many times, and I've never been able to enjoy it, so it clearly isn't for me. I'm done now. And then a few weeks ago I was looking at comments on an old video I made, and a lot of people were telling me the same two things. Number one, you only dislike the game because you're expecting a regular Fallout game. And number two, you need to make a new character, stop playing on your old character and actually restart the game again. So that is exactly what I did. I thought, alright, this isn't the first time somebody has told me these two things. I've seen comments saying the same stuff before, and even received personal DMs telling me the exact same thing. So I start up my Series X and I download Fallout 76 for the last time. I knew for sure that this was going to be the very last time I ever tried to play this game, so I created a new character, which you obviously just saw, and tried to go into it expecting anything but a real Fallout game. And I've got to say, this game still has a lot of issues, which I'll go over here shortly, but I'm actually having fun. I know, I'm making a positive Fallout 76 video. I must be losing my mind waiting on Starfield news. Here's the thing, this still doesn't feel like a real Fallout game to me. I still feel like the map is very empty. I still think seeing players run around in their underwear and seeing camps built in the shapes of penises is immersion breaking. I still experienced a lot of crashes, bugs, glitches and cheaters, but I am actually having fun with Fallout 76 for the first time since its release. I made a new character just like I said, and I started treating the game like an MMO instead of just a normal Fallout game. I joined a bunch of teams and started doing daily ops and events, and I've had a blast and met a bunch of cool people. One thing I absolutely need to praise is the community. As soon as I left Vault 76 for the first time, a level 600 something player fast traveled to me and dropped me full legendary gear and a legendary weapon with over 1,000 ammo for it. This obviously helped me a ton in the early stages of the game, and this community is just so nice. I was building my camp the other day, and a player came to visit my shop, and he just bought a few things and then messaged me to ask why my roof wasn't finished. I replied telling him I ran out of wood scraps, and he just dropped like 400 pieces of wood and messaged me a smiley face before teleporting away, and I never saw him again. Like, this is easily the nicest community I've ever seen in a video game, and it makes me happy to see that as a lifelong Fallout fan. I will say that I still think that the Atom Store is massively overpriced. Like, look, I get it, it's an online game, you survive by having microtransactions. If you didn't have them, you wouldn't make enough money for the game to put out free updates. I get it, but it's still very overpriced. Although I have been making free atoms left, right and centre since I started, I've managed to get a bunch of cool stuff from the Atom Store without putting in any real life money, which is fantastic. I've surprisingly really enjoyed playing with other people too, and I think that's what my issue was before. I've always played alone because in my mind Fallout is a single player franchise, and I still think that it is and it should stay single player. I think that one of the big reasons that Fallout 76 doesn't feel like a real Fallout game to me is because it's online. But again, with that said, I've actually really enjoyed playing with other people. So hey, if you want to jump online and help a brother out with some quests and shit, join my Discord and we'll set up a group, because I imagine I'm going to keep playing this game for the foreseeable future. I actually even found myself googling the 2023 roadmap for Fallout 76 the other day, much to my disappointment to see that we don't actually have a roadmap yet, but that's how much I've actually been enjoying the game. I'm looking for new content for it. And look, the game still has major issues, I can't deny that. Enemies will just appear in front of you sometimes, like you will see them load in, it's ridiculous. You'll randomly be walking and take damage for no reason. I hate that you have to pay to fast travel, I mean what the hell is that? I hate that your armor and weapons break. I hated it in previous Fallout games and I hate it again here. I know that that's an unpopular opinion, but if I find a cool weapon I want to use forever, I should just be able to. I shouldn't have to worry about it breaking after 10 gunfights. I actually think that Fallout 76 could benefit a lot from a system like Red Dead Redemption 2, where your weapons don't necessarily break, but they get dirty and sort of rusted over time, which lowers the damage and accuracy and fire rate and stuff like that, so you have to find things like gun oil to clean it. That would be a much better system in my opinion, but I digress, it's fine, I guess. I just personally find it really annoying to have to repair my armor and weapons. And like I said earlier, there's still a lot of exploits and glitches and bugs. I've seen players walk through locked doors, jumping over entire buildings, enemies just standing still, which you can see in this clip here, and things like that. Also, I don't know what it is, but I found it ridiculously difficult to create a character. Like, I don't know what it is, but it feels more limited than Fallout 4's character creation. I was changing a lot of stuff, which you can see here, and not really noticing any change. So I have no idea what the issue is with that, but it was weird. One thing that I have always given credit to Fallout 76 for is its map. While it still feels very empty compared to other Fallout games especially, the map itself is gorgeous and I think that it's a great setting for a Fallout game. I've always thought that about Fallout 76. I think my biggest problem with the game right now is probably Fallout First. I think asking players to pay to play the game offline when Fallout has always been an offline single player franchise is just, I don't know, scummy for lack of a better word. I don't mind Fallout First giving little benefits like extra rewards on the scoreboard or discounts for some stuff in the Atom store, that's fine, but private servers should be free for everyone, at least in my opinion. Also, when I fast travel to my camp, the game will just spawn me anywhere but my camp. Like, I'll load on the other side of the mountain or cliff and have to walk all the way around to my camp, and it's just annoying. I'm not sure if 76 has a fast travel rug like Fallout 4, but if it does, I hope I find the plan for it very, very soon. But it really does feel good to finally say, yeah, I'm enjoying this game, because I've been so desperate for new Fallout content, and we aren't going to get Fallout 5 for probably at least another decade, so I am really glad that I have at least something to sort of scratch that Fallout itch, if that makes sense. Also, I want to give a big massive shout out to SCM71 on the Discord who jumped on Fallout 76 and gave me a bunch of plans and 6,000 caps. You are an absolute legend, man. I appreciate you. And one thing I do want to mention before we wrap up is companions. I know that we have allies, but I really wish companions were in this game, dude. Even just dogs or automatrons that you can build for yourself, it would be really fun. I do also wish that the game was crossplay, because I play the game on Xbox because of Game Pass. Like, I didn't want to pay for this game. When I got 76 years ago for £5 on eBay, I got it for the PS4, and the recent times I've tried to play it was on the PS5 because I already had it, but since I was starting over again, I just downloaded it on my Xbox from Game Pass, and I've never had the game on PC, and most people I know have the game on PC. So I do wish that we had crossplay. I mean, it's 2023, it's an online game, there should be crossplay, in my opinion, but again, that's a very minor complaint. Now this is sort of a review, so I will go over buy, wait for sale or avoid, and I'm going to give the game a wait for sale because, as I've already said, the game is still not perfect, it still has a lot of issues, but it's fun, but you're also not missing anything if you don't play right now, this second. So I've got to say wait for sale, then get the game, or just try and find a cheap copy online somewhere. Anyway guys, that will do it for me. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments below. Please do drop the video a like for me, it really helps me out more than you can imagine. And if you're new around here, I cover a cluster of Bethesda content, everything from Fallout to Starfield to Elder Scrolls. I'm talking news, leaks, discussions, breakdowns, and so much more. So if that's your vibe, consider subscribing, I'd appreciate you. We're also hoping to hit 5,000 subscribers sometime soon, so if you do subscribe, I thank you all so much for your support. But anyway, with all of that said and done, thank you all so much for watching, and as always, I really hope to see you in the next one.